The strong, they are healed. Any patient, I think this in all honesty, because so when we started speaking, I'm telling you, you can't do emergency medicine and not believe in God, because we get patients who, guys, somebody is shot so many times and to the end about. And I went there, and can I tell you, I was embarrassed to tell my friends. Now, after that inspirational talk that I had with Dr Itumeleng Radebe last week, we definitely had to bring her back, because this woman had a lot to say, and we can't do that to our young doctors who would want to go into business. And this one is part 2 of her interview. So wait, you are unemployed for an entire 2 days. And so Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes. Monday. Actually, Friday we wrote exams, and that was another job, and then Monday, Tuesday. I mean, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday. The 70 on Friday, yeah. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Who do you call? Friday after our exams. I meet a beautiful doctor who we're writing exams with. She was actually writing some other exams, I think for general surgery. And then I told them, like, I don't have a job. And she's like, all right, let's hook you up with this lady. Message her. So I message her. She puts me in a group. Monday, another doctor is looking for a doctor. You know, when things just work. So I'm like, hey, let me go and see what this is about. And I went there. And can I tell you, I was embarrassed to tell my friends that I was happy to be a GP. Because isn't it the dream is supposed to be to specialize? Well, yes. I was the happiest I had ever been in my whole entire medical career. And you know why? Because I had a relationship with my patients. As a GP, I could know you, Linda. I could know who you're dating, who you're married to, your mother, your father, your kids, what you like to do. You ask us when we walk in there. You know? So because I could understand you as a person, I could tailor-make your treatment to who you are as a person. You are not a patient. In the hospital setting, sometimes we would get lost in treating you as the patient with this. And often that's what we do in ward rounds. The patient with the pancreatitis. No, guys, that is Linda. She is somebody's mother. She's somebody's child. She's somebody's wife. So when I became a GP, I could incorporate the spirituality with being the doctor. Ooh, I had found it. I was so happy. So yeah, I locumed there for a while, and then my path became more and more clear in terms of what I wanted to do. And about a year and a half later, here we are. So you were there for a year and a half? I was there for about, no, I wasn't there for a year and a half actually. I was there for about 8 months, but it took a year and a half to get here to where you are now. 100%. Okay, so this makes me have a question in the back of my mind. When did you qualify? I qualified in 2013. In 2013, 2014, 2015 in Cape Town, 2016, 2017 in the other hospital, and then last bit of 2017 into 2018 trying to specialize. Unemployment, June 2018. Right, and then 2019 towards 2020. Finding my feet in this business thing, because you guys, they don't tell you. Which is the reason why we are here. It goes down. You need to tell them who are completing the. I think this one, and they're ready to go in the field. They're excited, and they don't know the challenges they are going to encounter. And this is why you are here, Itumeleng. You tell us. What is it that you feel when you walked into this space, when you launched AOR Medical? What is it that made you realize, what is it that made you realize? I wanted to run. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I wanted to run. Because nothing prepares you for the business world. Yeah.
Everyone's like, start a business, be an entrepreneur. Like, you just wake up and it works. Guys, hey, it's a journey.
You get branded, you get business cards.
Yeah, and then that's it. You
like,
make money. Yeah. Once you tell people you own a business, automatically you have all this money in the world. They don't know that you will be broke.
Yeah.
Guys, you know, there's times I sit and I'm like, guys, but I'm a doctor. Why am I doing this to myself? I can go get a good job and earn a very good salary. Why am I being broke?
In a hospital.
Hey, why am I being broke?
Yeah.
But the business world. So actually what led to me starting AOR Medical.
Yes.
Deep down somewhere I always knew I want to start a medical practice. I didn't really know how or where I wanted to go. But because I allow myself to be led by the Spirit, God brings the right people on your journey to make the path clearer to you. And the beautiful thing about the path also is you take the first step, and the next step is obvious, and the step after that is obvious.
Yeah.
So all this unemployment, working in this private practice, working there. Now when I was there, I used to sit with the receptionist and be like, what are you doing? How do you build patients?
Yeah.
What system are you using to? So guys, if you're in a job and you want to start a business, use your job for your business. There's a reason you're there.
Yeah.
So can you imagine if I just went there, locum, saw patients and went home? I would have missed that whole opportunity.
Yeah.
I used to sit with the receptionist and chat to her, and they used to think, no, what's wrong with this doctor? She likes sitting here.
And when are you gathering information for where you are going?
Guys, self-education is free. It's for free.
You know, you are reminding me of and I know it might be a bit in the Ekenagai, but as I break it down, you will hear it. You reminded me of the 7 years of famine.
Yeah.
But they collect.
Yes.
So that you are able to do
already.
And I'm listening to you speak now, and I'm thinking, you walked into this place and you were like, kind of receptionist used to say, and then you implemented. And I know that
I found all those people. I found them. I was like, listen, how did you do it? And I even had a little book where I used to write these things down. So every single place I have ever locumed, I left there learning something about the way the business of medicine is run.
Yeah.
Because medicine and business are so far apart. As doctors, we get zero financial training. We get zero business training, and gosh, I'm still learning. I don't even have it all together. And I think the thing that's keeping me grounded is because I know I'm working in my purpose.
Yeah.
It's the thing that keeps me together. Because listen, there's days when I'm just like, girl, go get a job.
And what would be happening on those days?
There's no patience. It's tough. You must pay bills. Guys, you're responsible for paying people's salaries. If I don't pay people's salaries, a family stops. You are, that responsibility is like, God, why did you bring me here? You know, right away, can I go back to when life was easy?
Exactly what you were saying.
But when you focus on the right things and you realize, it's like straight.
And I want us to now talk about those things. Let's talk about your milestones while you were here. Running this business. What are the things that you look at, you are like, this is why I'm doing this?
Let me tell you, I started my business in the boot of my car. December 2018 is actually when I registered the company. My grandmother died. Oh, that woman was like my favorite human being in the whole entire world. She died in November of 2018. The Monday before she passed on, I was sitting making plans for 2019, and one of my plans was I wanted to get her a driver because she used to have to come to Joburg Jane once a month for certain appointments. So it was really a dream of mine to get her a driver who would come pick her up and take her, because my uncle often had to take time off work to bring her. She passed on Thursday. When she passed on, everyone was scared to tell me she passed on. You know that? My whole family was scared. They called my mother-in-law.
What's my body?
My own husband wouldn't tell me that my grandmother passed away.
They knew how close you were.
Exactly. But after her death, I was like, never, ever again in my whole life will I put something off for another day. So first thing I did, I was like, listen, right now, because a lot of people, you let all these things stand in your way, like, oh, I want to start a business, but I don't have capital, so let's start there. I was like, you know what, I don't have capital, I can't afford to rent a place. What can I do? What if I went to patients' houses and saw them? Would people pay for that service? Then I went to Google. I was like, hey, are there doctors who do house calls? Then I found, there's a company that does it. I went to go work there for a bit to see how they do things. I learned. Gareka, a small bit of stuff that I needed as a doctor, put it in the boot of my car and I drive to people's houses to see them there. And that's how I started my business. It started in the boot of my Hyundai.
An entire doctor.
Running
a practice, go boot.
In the boot of my car. every month I would buy something new, I'd buy some medication, I'd buy something more sophisticated. But in that meantime, I was still working. I was still locoming and pouring money into my dream. Locoming, pouring money into my dream. Locoming, pouring money into my dream. And then bam, I think May 2019, a friend of mine had a practice in Bryanston, but he wasn't using the space. So Sibu says to me, Itu, I've got this place, do you want to come? I was like, yes. So I went. We went half and half on rent.
Are you thinking about it?
I'm coming. We went half and half on rent, and that's where I started. So I had a practice in Bryanston that we were sharing. And then as the year went by December, he was like, you know what, friend, I can't afford to keep paying this rent anymore. So he's out. So I can renew the lease if I want to and carry on. And I wanted to believe me. I was like, oh, I'm in Bryanston, it's perfect. God was like, no, I don't want to plant you in Bryanston. You need to be obedient to your calling, otherwise you will quit. So can I tell you, the day I accepted that, you know what, this Bryanston thing might not happen, but it doesn't mean the dream is dead. That's the other thing. Just because you're being
Wait, you're going too fast. No. I want you to repeat that statement. This Bryanston thing might be dead, but it doesn't mean that the dream is dead. Listen, there are certain things in a certain season, they might die, but don't let them. Correct. The pastor in me came out. It's this lady, guys. Me, I'm not here as a pastor. Me, I'm not here as a Maponyane. Hey, go on.
So when the Bryanston thing was dying, when I accepted that it's dying, but it doesn't mean the journey is dying. Can I tell you, on that day, a rep who had come to me to bring me some lab forms, we were chatting and I told him, I'm going to have to move out of here and I have nowhere to go. He called me out of nowhere on that very same day and says, Doc, the place in Olivedale where our lab is, the chiropractor's moving out. They're going to need a doctor in that space. It's right across the hospital. Do you want to come? I was like, hey, I'm on my way. Got in my car and drove straight here. I drove straight here. I drove straight here. The place is actually downstairs. And it's going to be a funny story of how I ended up here. So downstairs was a small little consultation room. We were going to start there. And I was like, yes. Yes. The rent was half what it was in Bryanston. It's right across the hospital. Perfect place for a GP because I can send patients across the road. It was perfect. Because when you trust, guys, when you trust the process, it works out for you. So now comes time to move in. This is December 2019. And January 2019, I'm getting in my head now. Before I move in, I want to renovate, I want to do all these things. Mind you, the place was decent, you know. I need to move in, I need to buy furniture. Now I'm getting in my head. A lot of the times when we want to do business as well, we get in our heads. Get out of your head.
And go away.
Follow the dream. Let your heart lead you. Forget your head. And it sounds silly because business is about processes and procedures and things need to make sense. But too often we get caught up in the how and forget the why. The how, can I tell you, I signed the lease for this place in December 2019. I didn't move in here till June last year. And by the time I moved in, I was ready to quit. I was looking for someone else to take the space downstairs because now I owe 6 months of rent because I was sitting waiting to do things perfectly before starting. Just start. Nothing starts perfectly. Just start. But I got in my head so much that I didn't move in. I was depressed. The first 6 months of last year, I was down in the pits because now I'm busy racking up debt. I've got a 3-year lease. I can't afford it. I'm just stressed. And when you're stressed, now I don't want to talk to God. The source of my wisdom.
Listen.
Just wait. You wait.
You are reminding me of myself. When I get in my feels, I'm like, God and I are not on speaking terms.
Talking to you.
I ain't talking.
That's exactly
what I did. You are my sister.
So that's exactly what I did. I started talking to God. I was like, God, I'm not that. Because along the journey, God will always put people who are supporting you. There's a lady who I met when I was locoming somewhere. She randomly messaged me and had asked to come be my secretary or whatever I wanted when I started the practice. You know that woman would message me once a week and be like, hi doc, how are you doing? When are we moving in? No, every time. Every time she would message me, stress. And she would message me on the days when I was the most frustrated. Then she'd message me, hi doc, when are we moving in?
Like, can you stop?
No. I'm like, can you just stop? Daisy messaged me. Then the secretary of the owner of the building here also, we have this bondment. There's something about that woman. Lena, she'd message me and be like, Doc, just move in. You'll figure it out. Just move in. You'll figure it out. I'm like, hey, can I check it? I'll figure it out. I don't have money. I don't have fun. Nobody wants to find me. I can't get a loan. I feel sorry for myself. I'm going to trust fund baby. Ooh, poor me. No, really. You get into that poor me thing.
Yes. No, of course you do.
And then it drags you back. So I sat for 6 months. I sat at home, sitting on a piece of gold. Do you know what finally made me move in here?
Tell me.
One of the days, they offered me the upstairs area. There used to be a GP here.
Okay.
But it was run down a little bit. It didn't look like the place downstairs. And because it's upstairs, the rent was cheaper, but it had carpet, etc.
Yeah.
So they made a deal with me. They said, no, the lab people want to take that space downstairs. Since the lab is downstairs, can I take the upstairs place? I came, I looked at it. And then I remember one day I woke up and I was like, you know what, I'm moving in. I cannot tell it there, I cannot anything, but I'm moving in. That was a Monday. It was the last week of May. On the Monday, I decided I'm moving in. By Wednesday, I found a secretary. Another lady where I used to locum as well gave up her job in March because her husband had gotten a job in Pretoria. Then lockdown happened. Husband lost job. So she's sitting at home unemployed.
So she then came.
Daisy, when are we moving in? When are we moving in? She brought it to me. She said, yeah, she's looking for a job. Take her. Now it's okay because let me tell you, at that moment, I didn't have money to pay this lady. I didn't know how I'm going to pay her.
Daisy, I can understand.
Yes, but you know what? Something in me was just like, move in. Hire this woman and just move in. I hired her on that day. 1st of June, we started. Then I phoned my friend Sibu that we had a practice with in Bryce. I was like, friend, I need furniture. Where's your furniture that we had in Bryce? He's like, it's been sitting at my mother's house. Take it.
Wow.
Took my dad's van, went to fetch the furniture. We moved in, guys.
Wow.
June last year, we moved into this place.
During COVID.
I was like, nah, I will build this practice during COVID. Whatever's going on outside.
Isn't God good?
But you have to be faithful.
Yes.
You have to be obedient and you have to be faithful because I could have sat for a whole year. I could have picked that whole entire year to feel sorry for myself.
Yes,
I really could have done it. I could have been like, oh, but there's COVID. Why would I move in the middle of COVID?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But when I made that decision, guys, you need to decide. When you decide, all the doors open. It's shocking.
I want you to then give me, if you can, what is it that you want to see this place turning into? Try and give it to me in 2 sentences because we have to close.
A mother and baby center of excellence. So that's the direction we're moving in. We've got a baby clinic now. We do vaccinations. I met an incredible doula. We do antenatal classes. And I believe if we start in the family structure. So we have moms, dads coming here with their babies for us to start the journey with them. That's what I want. As much as I'm saying mother and baby, the dads, they know they're more than welcome. They do come, but that's what we want. We want to be a center of excellence for mothers and babies. Yeah. Because of the family structure.
Wow.
I believe in that family structure because I saw how it worked in my life. And I would like to give other people that gift. And it starts right there.
Yeah.
And we're living in such a beautiful time where men are way more involved in their children's lives than they have ever been. Oh, the guys, you're doing a good job. No, honestly, the guys are doing such an incredible job. It's impressive. I can't tell you how many dads come here and bring their kids on their own. Whether the kids is 3 months, 11 months, it doesn't matter. The father is here, he knows how to make a bottle, he changes and it's impressive. Yeah,
I think it's just hearing that for me brings so much peace, and I think you will understand why after what I told you earlier on. So for me, it's like, the narrative is changing. There is so much changing in that space, and we can only thank God for that. Itumeleng Radebe, the amazing doctor.
Dr. Amazing.
What an honor and a pleasure to have had this time with you. And I'm hoping that young girls who are going into the medical field and who are still studying are going to be watching this and say, yay! Because you would have given them the reason to then remain above water, the reason to just constantly believe that they can actually do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda. And I just want to say, as we conclude this, that you say that about me, but obviously I know your story. And it's in people like you's bravery that gives the rest of us permission to step up and be like, I can also do it.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, if I can do that for the next person the way you've done it for me, oh yes, I'm in. So thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for stepping into your calling and your purpose and making it okay and normal for the rest of us to do the same. I mean,
you are
Googleable. That's not what she said. Please Google her.
We're still doing it. She just had to go into that direction. Just as I actually wanted to say, I feel like I'm the one being interviewed. Now, isn't that inspirational? Just having to listen to her journey and where she is today. And I think for me, the best part is the fact that she started this practice under COVID. When everybody was in a panic, when everybody was wondering what's going to happen, she stood up and she said she's going to do it. We say big up to Dr Itumeleng Radebe. And I'm definitely going to come here one day. I don't check. I want to somewhere. She must just be the one who does that because I know she's going to do it well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Basadi, Moshomong. This is a woman at work, and I'm hoping to see you next week as we see another one who is just as inspirational, and I'm hoping that she has the same energy